Welcome to the Tuesday edition of Bible Time. I'm glad that you're joining with me here for this final week of Bible Time with Pastor Bruce. And we're going through the Psalms. We're bringing the Psalms to a conclusion during this week. And today we're looking at Psalms 142 and 143. And I think these are very helpful, very practical Psalms for us. They are written there, just like the ones we looked at yesterday, Psalm 140 and 141. These two Psalms are written when David's in a context of being persecuted. In fact, Psalm 142 tells you he wrote that psalm in a cave, not in a cushy office, not in a church sanctuary. He wrote it in a cave. And that harkens back to 1 Samuel chapters 22, 24, where we see David in caves hiding from Saul. So he's not there in the Hilton cave having a vacation. He's in a cave, a real cave, hiding for his life because Saul wants to kill him. And so these are his psalms written there, his petitions to God in those circumstances. And when you're in difficult circumstances, when it seems like you're in a cave, when it seems like everybody's against you and everything's going wrong for you, what do you do? What do I do? I think David provides us with a real good example. And I just want to highlight a couple of things here in these two Psalms, a couple of things that we can hang our thoughts on how we should respond in difficult circumstances or with difficult people. One of the things I want you to notice, well, we talked about this yesterday, he went to God. He talked to God about these things. That's step one. But in talking to God, he shows an unshakable trust in God, an unshakable trust in God. In fact, you won't even go to God unless you're beginning with that, having that kind of trust in him. And so he's going to the Lord. Look at what he says in verses 5 and 6. I cry to you, O Lord. I say, you are my refuge, my portion in the land of the living. Attend to my cry, for I am brought very low. Deliver me from my persecutors, for they are too strong for me. They're too strong for him, but not too strong for God. And so he's demonstrating an unshakable trust in the Lord. He's affirming by going to the Lord and calling on the Lord to attend to his cry. He's affirming God's willingness to listen and God's power to take action. Boy, those are two important ingredients to an unshakable trust. I have a affirmation in my own heart that God's willing to listen to me and he's got the power to take care of me and to provide for me. Those are two very important ingredients. And here's the other thing too to take note of as we look at Psalm 142 and his unshakable trust in the Lord. Look at verse 7, the last verse. He says, bring me out of prison. That's not literally a prison, but it's a figure of speech. It's like he's in a prison. Why? So that I may give thanks to your name. See, it's not about his comfort. It's not about him getting what he wants. He wants God to act so that God can get the thanks that he deserves. And so those are all key ingredients. A belief that God will listen to my prayers, a belief that God has the power to make a difference, and that I'm wanting this so that God can be honored, not for me. Those are important elements there. And then we look at Psalm 143, and here's something that's really important. When you're facing tough times, when you're having problems with other people, what we need and what you see David looking for here is guidance. We need guidance on what we should do. Very often we're all about what they should be doing. What should I be doing? That's the question I need to ask, and that's what he's looking for. Look at verse 8. He says, let me hear in the morning of your steadfast love, for in you I trust. Make me know the way I should go, for to you I lift up my soul. I'm trusting in your steadfast love, Lord, and I'm asking you to show me the way I should go in this situation. That's critical. And then in verse 10, he says, teach me to do your will, for you are my God. Teach me to do your will. I want to do your will. I don't want to respond like I'm feeling. I don't want to respond to this situation according to my flesh. I want to do your will. And then it says, let your good spirit lead me on level ground. That's a really significant statement, especially if you've ever been to Israel, because it seems like there is no level ground. In fact, the saying is in Israel, it feels like you're always walking uphill. Obviously, that's not true, but when you go there, you'll understand that statement. And so, to have a level ground to walk on, and not only that, there's rocks everywhere. So to have a level path, that's a unique thing. And so in this sense, he's saying, I want you to guide my ways, direct my steps, and make it a level path for me. And so he's asking the Lord for guidance. What should he do? He's not saying, hey, what should Saul be doing? He's saying, Lord, what should I be doing? Teach me your will. Show me what I should do in this situation. So when you're facing tough times and dealing with tough people, hey, here's what you should be doing. You should be going to the Lord with an unshakable trust in him that he will hear. He has the power to change. I want to see him honored. And that leads to the next one. I want guidance so I can do your will. I want to know what I should do, not what everybody else should be doing. Those are key factors. Practice those in your own life. Put them into, ask the Spirit to work those qualities into your own life. You'll see a big difference in how you handle the troubles of life. We'll see you tomorrow for more Bible Time.